Buakaw Banchamek is a fighter who has redefined violence within the world of Muay Thai, a natural-born killer with a penchant for the brutal finish. Over the last 2 decades, Buakaw has composed one masterpiece after another, leaving a trail of total destruction in his wake. For today's video, we're going to compile some of his finest moments. The moments where this Thai legend left some of the finest competitors on the planet folded up like a deck chair. These are Buakaw's most violent finishes. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to let us know by giving it a like and hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss any future uploads. Without further ado, let's get into it. June Kim. And to kick things off, we have a classic example of just how badly things can go for you once Buakaw starts to read your timing. For June Kim, he suffered multiple knockdowns at the hands of his opponent, to the point where he couldn't even attempt to close the distance without eating a laser-like counter shot in return. When Buakaw gets into his flow, man, he is a handful to deal with. And the sheer speed of this counterpunch made it very clear to the referee that things were not going to get better. And so, the official mercifully jumped in and saved June Kim from any further opponent. Yoshihiro Sato. There are a lot of mean techniques in Buakaw's arsenal, but for our money, his left hook is right up there. And though he doesn't always throw it with full power, when he took on Yoshihiro Sato, he found the perfect opening on the back of a caught kick. Now, when your opponent is able to catch your kick, it's always going to put you in a tough spot. But when you have someone with the timing and speed of Buakaw to contend with, any attempt to escape or worse, retaliate, is going to leave you open to a swift counter. And in this case, the left hook was thrown with 100% power, resulting in the instant KO. Hiroki Shishido. But Buakaw doesn't even need to create an unorthodox situation to unleash that left hook. No, sometimes it just takes an overeager opponent to charge in. And when they do, Buakaw's signature weapon is waiting there for them. And for Hiroki Shishido, he made the fatal mistake of thinking that he was pressing the advantage on his veteran opponent. But no, it was all part of Buakaw's plan. And when he sprung forth with his intercepting left, it broke Shishido with total ease. Another clean finish for this highly violent champion. Chomad Kiatatisak. If you're going to try and land an audacious Superman elbow on a fighter like Buakaw, you'd better land cleanly. Because when Chomad Kiatatisak tried to take out his opponent in one swift motion, he left himself open to a huge knee from Buakaw in return. And with the target now clearly acquired, Buakaw fired off a right hook to the midsection, crippling the body of his opponent for a highlight reel finish. You can put on a brave face and deal with damage to the chin, but a body shot like this is akin to hitting your rival's off switch. Clinical work from Buakaw. Timur Dal. They call Muay Thai the art of 8 limbs, and this masterful finishing sequence proves exactly why. A huge knee up the middle had Timur Dal in a world of pain as this fight's final seconds rolled around. And with his opponent suitably concerned with body damage, Buakaw went upstairs with a slicing elbow that crumbled Dal to the mat. And in that moment, it was clear that he was unable to continue. Breaking the chin is one thing, but to divide the beating between the head and body, that takes a real violence merchant. David Calvo. What's the best counter to a flying knee in the Muay Thai arsenal? Well, if you ask 100 Thai fighters, you might get a wide range of responses. But on this occasion, when Buakaw read his opponent's heavily telegraphed intentions, his counter was a swift body blow, just as David Calvo landed. It was an unconventional choice, but you really can't argue with the result. As we've already showcased, a well-timed body punch can be a death sentence, and this was arguably Buakaw's best so far. If you're enjoying this video so far and would like more of this content, please hit the subscribe button as it would drastically help us out. Now, let's get back to the action. Steve Moxon. Another multi-pronged demolition job comes in next, this time when Buakaw hammered the midsection of Steve Moxon with a knee, before then nailing him with a short punch on the exit of the clinch. And whether it was the delayed reaction of the body or the unexpected blow upstairs that followed, the results were instant. Moxon folded to the canvas immediately, and though the ref tried to give him a chance to respond, once he got closer and saw the look that was written on Moxon's face, he knew that it was futile. Another fight, another brutal finish for Buakaw's immense highlight reel. Takayuki Kohiromaki. If you're looking for maybe the most impressive display of Thai clinch mastery we've featured on this video so far, Buakaw's total annihilation of Takayuki Kohiromaki had to be the #1 contender. Buakaw was clearly way better than his opponent in close, and as soon as he started to find his rhythm, he unloaded a series of brutal knees, each one being thrown with more confidence than the last. And when the final 1-2 shot came, he sent his opponent crashing to the canvas. No need for any count from the ref. This dude was toast. Ge Hui. And while we're on the subject of total masterclasses in the clinch, what Buakaw did to Ge Hui was almost tough to watch. As soon as Buakaw got a hold of his target, his ability to overpower and thoroughly control his opponent gave him absolutely no chance of escape. But if just getting out of the clinch was the chief concern, that'd be one thing. However, once Buakaw has you, his brutal mastery of knee attacks is always close behind. And sure enough, a series of well-placed body knees came shortly after, and Ge Hui, unfortunately, did not last long. Aziz Hilali. If you come at the king, you'd best not miss. And for Aziz Hilali, he can't be blamed for the way he tried to swing at Buakaw. Because, in fairness to him, it was a pretty solid effort. But despite his attempt to leap in and take this legend's head off, Buakaw was simply too fast. And after moving his head just off out of the way, he fired back with a picture-perfect left hook, landing just about as cleanly as you could imagine. And the shot was so swift and thrown with such electricity that it almost took Hilal's body a half second to register that it had just been hit so cleanly. But when he did go down, he did not get back up. Another perfect counter from Buakaw, and further proof of his ability to hang back and let his opponent lead an exchange or two. Maruan Tutu. But this next one was far from a counterpunch. No, on this occasion, Buakaw knew that he had his opponent in trouble. And the way he bullied him on a physical level, throwing him around the ring, yeah, it was all kinds of nasty. And after demoralizing Maruan Tutu by sending him flying down to the canvas, Buakaw closed the distance like a viper, springing forth with a murderous left hook after a faked step-in knee. And as soon as he landed, Tutu went down face first. Fight over. This may have been one of the hardest punches that Buakaw ever landed, and it's definitely one of his best overall highlights. That's for sure. Nayanesh Imon. And finally, we come to yet another display of raw punching power, a knockout of Nayanesh Imon that showcased all of the fury, aggression, and explosiveness we've come to expect from this Thai legend. The first left hook he nailed his opponent with was a good one, but man, that second one sent a current through Imon's body. Sure, he deserves full credit for attempting to get up, but his attempts were totally unsuccessful. Buakaw had practically taken his soul from his body. And despite the ref giving him a chance to recover, this dude was done. Yet another tour de force in brutal finishing from Buakaw, and the perfect way for us to end our video. If you enjoy these battles as much as we like compiling them, please subscribe and hit the like button. Trust us, you'll want to know about all the crazy stuff that's going to happen next.